Well, let me just start. She arrived here June 27, 09. Okay, Stella. The black and white one is Stella, who now is in my lap. Farrah arrived June 27, 09. Her birthday is May 16, 09, so she was just 7 weeks old. And she was found in a woods. And the lady who found her is the one who named her Farrah. And if we ever get somebody pop on there on the webcam that says they're from Florida and they're the ones who found Farrah, that's probably her. They go down to Florida in the winter. But when Farrah she came in with extremely bad ear mites, and one of the medicines that we use for that has an ivermectin basis. And at the same time that Farrah was here, we had a litter of white kitties that was here who also had very bad ear mites, but they were not related. Farrah came in alone. And so the treatment for the ear mites, one of them is the ivermectin, and it's an injectable thing. So we treated the whole white litter and Farrah, and they all went into seizures. Every single one of them went into major seizures. They were in a seizure state and pretty much comatose for 24 hours. It hit them right away. We lined them up like little burritos, little cat burritos here in Patience's pen, and all we could do was supportive care. We kept them warm. They were all babies. We kept them warm and gave them fluids and some other medication to help them tried to reverse as much as we could the symptoms. And so each of the kitties, after, it was probably 18 hours before they started to revive a little bit from the seizures. And I think it was the litter of white was 4 kitties, I think, but they were all up there seizing head to tail the whole time. So Farrah was the last one to come out of the seizures, and the other ones never had any kind of side effects from the medication. So we've done this hundreds and hundreds of times, and that has never happened before. So I got the bottle of medicine out, and it was a brand new bottle. I had just taken the cap off, and the lot number was different. So I called the store where it came from, and they, of course, had not had that happen. No, they have to say that, I think. And so they did tell me to bring it back, and they would return it to the manufacturer. But the other kitties all came out of the seizures just fine, without a problem, without any long-lasting effect. But Farrah obviously did. So hers is not really from something within herself that started the seizures. Our vets all are pretty conclusive that this all started because of the medication that she was given. Well, that's what we kind of think, that it was a bad batch. And it can't be proven one way or the other. It was a horrible day. It was just awful. I thought I was going to lose all 5 of them. They were so little and tiny, and it was just awful. So that's Farrah's story. We started her on her first medications. When was that? Well, actually, she had been on medication several different times, but not as long term as what she is right now, because of the beginning of her seizures was not like a brain tumor or anything like that. Our vets had thought if we could get her seizure free for a few months, then we could wean her off of the PBs, the phenobarb, and see how she would do. They thought maybe that would just kind of re-kick her, restart her. But as you know, that didn't work. She did stay seizure free off of meds for a couple months at the beginning, and then as you know, that's been hanging here with us for a little while. That was not to last. So she would normally have a seizure every every 4 or 5 weeks, I think it was. And when Farrah would have these seizures as adults, they were extremely hard. They were full out seizures. And the problem is with her is it seemed like every time she had a seizure that she was always up high. And then she would bounce off of things and then land on the floor. Unfortunately, most of these seizures that she had happened to be on cam. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, most of these were on cam, which was unfortunate. Well, yes, we are of the pretty much the general consensus that her clumsiness now is probably from her medication. So, but there's a fine line, there's a fine line of letting her have a little bit of clumsiness, but having pretty much full control on the seizures. So that's kind of where we're at right now with her. We have not changed her dose for, gosh, it's been a long time. And she's done just really fine with it so far. But I personally think that she's been a little bit more clumsy here in the last month. But it's something that I'm not willing to cut back on her meds to give her a reduced dose in exchange for then maybe the seizures popping up again. Thank you, Dawn Star. I haven't. I'm just now starting to sweep. Isn't Bella beautiful in pink? She really is. And Bella, someday we'll have to tell the new people your story. Farrah's right here in front of me. Janie, Jazz. Oh, yeah, she's going to eat that plate. Jasmine, hey, get that out of your mouth. Thank you. She would eat anything if it smells like food. We have done that before to make sure that everything's okay. We have not had to do that for a while. Our vets are telling us just to kind of chill back on her and let her be herself, and we'll see what happens. But right now she's doing really well, and possibly if she goes on and on and on without those seizures, maybe somewhere down the road we can cut back on one of her meds, like a quarter, and see where that comes to. Were any of you on, have any of you viewers on when she's had her seizures? Yep, that's her. Boing. Thank you, K. Morgan. It's going to be a rough week, I'm afraid. Yes, I can, Yvette. Yeah, we'll have to maybe do that when things get back to normal after the floor is done. We'll have to go over everybody's stories. We'll get through it. Now, actually, when tomorrow night or tomorrow late afternoon when the guys leave, the floor will be all scraped off, and it will look kind of creamy whitish, I guess you could say, because they'll have the first layer of color down, and they put the quartz, the color of the quartz on top of it, and it just sets there all night. I'll show it to you. I think I'll be able to swing the camera around. Tonio's Den stays. Yeah, maybe a Pet of the Week feature with a new story. That would be cool. Who's not on the Pet Finders? If you mean Fifi's going to have to wait. She is spayed, but I don't want to put her on Pet Finders yet because that then is, the sign, I guess you could say, that they're ready to be adopted. And we've got to get through this coming week and find out what we're going to do with Fifi. She's going to go, I hope, Monday. I'm going to call at 8 o'clock and try to get her an appointment along with Jaina. All my babies are doing awesome. All of my kitties. Here's Zelda. Are you going to chirp for me? You're not going to, are you? She's the biggest chirping cat. I just absolutely love it. Yeah, all my kitties are doing, well, most of my kitties are doing good at home in my house. I had Dr. Cindy give a physical to maybe half of them. There's 3 of them that obviously are having problems, and that's my Missy, Amos, and Aprilla. But that we already knew. You're not going to chirp, are you? Isn't she lovely? I just love her. Zelda likes to follow me around, and a lot of times when she does and I go by her without petting her, that's when she does her chirping. Well, our 360 of this room isn't going to be really cool because we're limited on the sides. But hang on, I'm just going to move the cam. See inside that pen? That's Patience's pen. We have it crammed full of stuff because normally that is a well-used pen, but oh, Stitches, hang on, I forget what you were asking about Kiara, so let me finish this and then you can tell me. There's Farrah. And then right behind Farrah where it looks real white, that's the opening to Cat's Corner room. And then down the hallway from there is where June's room and Kitty Campus room is. And then up above is some of our walks. That yellow door that's up there is the attic. And do you see where the lights are on the far side? The green bottom up there by the ceiling? That's another real big catwalk. Where the yellow table is where we do a lot of laundry. And behind that is where our real big grooming tub is. On the far side of that, of course, is where the washer dryer is. Jazzy! Jazzy! What are you doing, girl? Hi, Jazz. Oh, no, don't lick the cam. Your big old tongue would move it. There's Bella. Yes, yeah, Kathy can paint more in the new storage room. Bella is a permanent, so there's lots of our cats that are not on Pet Finders. They have to be neutered and actually ready for adoption to be on there, but our permanents are not on there. Our cats that are going through medical issues and not yet ready to be adopted are not on there. Zelda! Isn't she beautiful? Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to hold it still. Right there is going into the front office. That front office is where all the kitties are going to have to go tomorrow morning. The little fluffy dog is Janie. That's Jazzy's very best friend. I'm not going to be able to see the monitor or the screen right now, but I'm going to go around the corner. This is the room where the kitties are all going to be. This is Dodger's pen, and I hope I have the cam right. That's Dodger's pen, and you can see we have it stuffed full of food and, oh, yeah, a lot of everything. Hey, Jazz, that we're going to need this week. I'm just hoping and praying that we've got it pretty well figured out. But this is the room that the kitties are going to go in. There's Badu, and like I said, I can't see the screen, so I'm not sure how good the picture is. So it's a nice long room, and they too have cat shelves, all those kind of things. There's Ernestine up there. So it's only for a week. It's only for a week, or 6.5 days. Yeah, they'll be okay in there. How many's going to be in the office? I have no idea. People ask me all the time, how many do you have? How many do you have? And generally, when we're at full capacity, we're anywhere from 80 to 110. We've definitely have been known to go into the 120s at times. But as many of you know, I have tried real hard not to take very many in the last couple weeks because we knew we were going to be limited on space. So I bet you are all very, very welcome. Well, I'm going to get sweeping. We've got, I've got that adoption at 9. And look at Janie over there. She's over there on the laundry. Not much room in there at all. Yeah, we had a good adoption weekend. Unfortunately, our 2 babies, Jaina and Jake, won't be able to go till later. Yeah, I try not to count. One time, and the volunteers know that, I don't really want to know the full count. I know we have records on every single kitty. I know we keep up with every single kitty, but the actual count, sometimes I don't want to know. And one time, one of the volunteers counted them, and there was 121, and I just about died. I mean, it's like, oh my golly, don't tell me that, because that's a lot of adoptions we have to find. Ayla is doing awesome today. She's doing really good. Yes, all the volunteers will still be here. They are going to have to use the back door to the welcome room, or the front, or the door that's by the driveway to get into the front office. And some of the things are going to have to go in the house also. So it's going to be crazy, just plain crazy. But it'll be worth it. Well, that was our big topic last night. I'm not really sure. I think what we're going to do is the dogs are going to have to be outside a little bit more during the day. The workers will probably be gone by 4 in the afternoon, and then the dogs will be able to spend the rest of the afternoon and all their evening time and bedtime in the welcome room, the back office. Ayla loves to play, doesn't she? It is. It's good to see that. And Promise is doing awesome, too. Her little incision is just so tiny. Yeah, I love Ayla. She's the one that's leaving today. Oh, yeah. Well, this is the drawing. This is the drawing that Ron gave. And I've got to get this over to our web guy. And he has given us full copyright use on it. The washing and drying, we're going to have to use my house one, which I'm not too thrilled about, but it has to be that way. I know, I'm so thankful that the weather is supposed to be pretty good. Because I thought, oh my goodness, what if it snows? We have been so lucky this winter. We've had hardly any snow. And I thought, surely that's when it's going to snow, is this coming week, but it doesn't look like it. That's kind of it in a nutshell. We are where that black cube is right there. That's where the cam is right now. This is the, whoops, this is the new room that we want to add. You can, Yvette, if you go into one of my email addresses and label it for web or for website designer, or to Lens, L-E-N-Z, right, there you go, Dawn, to Lens, L-E-N-Z, he will see it. He's got my permission to go in there and fish those out. Okay, so I better get cracking so I can get busy here. Bear with us today. We're going to leave the cam here for as long as what we can. Oh, thank you, Monkey, but it really is a total group effort. And you guys are part of this. You guys are all part of what we do here. So bear with us today. Sometimes it may be loud. Sometimes we may be blocking the cam. Sometimes I have no idea. So, okay, yeah, we're just going to do one thing at a time. We're going to move the camera or the computer. So it all's going to take a big group effort today. Got some people coming in to help us. Thanks, you guys. You're all way too kind. But I love it. And it will be fun. I love changes. I love changes. I love progress. I love keeping up on things so that we can take the best care that we can of these kitties. Yeah, controlled chaos. That's my favorite saying. I say that all the time. We're not disorganized. We have controlled chaos. Cool. I like that. Okay. Well, we're actually going to start moving right around 11. But one goal that we all have in mind is that nothing goes out in the trailer without it being vacuumed off, shop vacked off, so that when we return everything back in here, we don't have to take the time to clean it. It'll be clean going into the trailer. So Paul's going to help. He's going to stay, I think, in the trailer to organize everything. To try to get as much of this stuff as possible. Yes, yeah. Well, you guys, we're going to turn the cam around and put it into the front office. And right now, my plan is to put everybody in that front office. And as I'm working this morning, I'm thinking, oh my golly, I just don't know if there's enough room in there. Right now, I have Thumper's room pretty full, but if we have room in the trailer and I can empty out some of the things that's medically I don't need or that won't matter if it is out in the cold, I can put a few cats out there too. Yeah, the dogs are going to have to spend a little more time outside, but trust me, their dog house, they have a dog house out there that I could probably put 5 or 6 of me in it. It's really big, and they've got quilts and blankies in there. But as soon as the workers leave, we will bring them back then into the welcome room, and then they can spend their evening and nighttime in there, and then out they go again when the workers come. Yeah, we'll make Paul go in there and sleep with them to help keep him warm. He could fit in there too, real easy. Oh, Stacy's been visiting her mom and dad a little bit more. They've been having a whole lot of fun and seeing some movies and things. So we'll still be cleaning the rooms. There'll just be less rooms to clean. Bantry could make a really good vest or sweater for the doggies. Okay, I best get moving here. So nice chatting with you all, and just bear with us today. Jeannie or Jazzers, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let me go check the laundry inside.